All right, day number 5, here we are, we're getting spicy. So yes, I'm hanging out on my kitchen floor with Lazy Susan right here, and I do apologize for whoever's name is Susan. I don't know why it's called Lazy Susan. But anyway, so we're hanging and we're talking about spices today. So day number 5, I hope you've already started learning a lot and getting a lot of stuff printed. Remember, each day is building on each other about this kitchen revival, coming back into the kitchen, finding out what's important and kind of reprioritizing some things, right? So today is spices. So grab the link down below for your free downloadable ebook right here. It's about 11 pages, and it's got my favorite spice blends and some awesome sauces and stuff like that, so that you can start making them at home, which is frugal, and then you can just control the ingredients, right? You don't have to have a bunch of fillers like flour, and you certainly don't need MSG in your taco seasoning. That's ridiculous. And then if you buy spices in bulk, it's really cost efficient, and so that's a really great thing, right? So that's all kind of what the revival about the kitchen is. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be glamorous or out of control stuff. Just make up some simple spice blends, and it'll be able to take your meals from drab to fab. What a silly thing. But anyways, it can elevate your meal from something that's like this to something that's really spectacular and out of this world. So it's really important to have good spices on hand, and good quality spices and good mixes that are ready to go, so then when you have that meat thawed, you can go ahead and just start throwing the spices on there and cook something up real quick, right? So let's talk about some of the spices, because I know a lot of you probably have a spice drawer, and I would love if you could post before and after photos, because spice drawers tend to get kind of like your kitchen where you get your pens, where it's just supposed to be pens and maybe a ruler and some markers or whatever in your kitchen. It gets out of control and it's like hanging out. It's probably like your spice drawer, right? Some funky stuff. So you'll see below down in the post too that I had some stuff that I need to throw out and get rid of, and just kind of combine and make sense and just reorganize it so that I can just easily come in here and grab what I need to grab and go. So what I did, I love using quart jars. I am a mason jar-aholic, I will admit it for sure. But I love these because you can buy a good amount of bulk seasoning or spices and put them in each of these drawers, or each of these jars. And you can find several different lids. This is a nice pour top lid like this. It works good for maple syrup. Sometimes I just might just use a regular lid like this, and that's my taco seasoning. There are also fabulous plastic lids that are linked down below too, that just fit on here really good, and I reuse them constantly. So just lots of different choices, and as you see, we kind of just have lots of spices. Some of them are pour tops like that for my cinnamon, and I've got these flip tops. I mean, you can just go crazy. You can mix and match. You can get all fancy. Use what you have on hand to keep it frugal, but you can start to invest in some of these things that are a little bit easier to pour out of and stuff like that. So what I did was combine some of my, I had some small ones and some big ones, so I combined those and put those together. I even threw some out that I've had for years, some weird things. I'm like, I'm never going to use this, and so you shouldn't just keep that stuff on hand. You don't need that many spices. I have a lot, but I know sometimes people can have like a tremendous amount, and they're all these little jars, and it doesn't make sense, and they get lost, so you buy more. I did that with tartar, and I was like, why do I have 3 little things of cream of tartar? So combine those into a little cute thing, moved on, right? Then I know it's in one spot, I don't need it. It also gave me a good idea to give me an inventory of a couple of things that I need to go ahead and replace too. And so like, I've got garlic here and an onion, and actually this year I'm going to go ahead and try to dehydrate my own garlic and my own onion just in my dehydrator, and then grind that up as fine as I can and see how that works out for me. So I'll keep you posted and how that works. I'm assuming it should work pretty good. It may not get as fine as you buy in the powder, in the bags or in the shakers, but that'll be fine with me because it mixes up just fine. So it gave me a good time to do some inventory and some things that I need to go ahead and get either purchased or get prepped. My favorite places to buy spices from are from Azure Standard. I love them. I coordinate a drop here up in northern Michigan. They have good prices. I also have a friend that does a Frontier wholesale that I get from Frontier Spices. Love them. Or I'll even get them from Vitacost.com, and I'll buy the Frontier from Vitacost depending on what the price is for everywhere, because I'm always price comparing, right? I'm sure you guys are too. That's how you gotta keep the budget under control, right? You gotta keep looking at the cost of everything. So I have some great spices. You buy them in bulk. You can make up your spice blends and stuff like that. And some of my favorite ones are the homemade taco seasoning. I use that just constantly. The homemade chili seasoning, I use that as well, especially during the winter. Italian seasoning, right? I use that for my homemade pizza sauce. That the recipe is on my website as well. I use garlic, salt, and then mix with the Italian seasoning with my homemade tomato sauce that I can. But you can buy a jar from the store, and it's out of this world. I just love it. My husband also came up with a meat rub that we just absolutely love, and we put that on pork chops or whole chickens. We put them on the smoker. You can put them in the oven. All kinds of good stuff. Then kind of moving on to some of the sauces that we love is a barbecue sauce that I made. It is, I've just heard from many people that this is just delicious and great. And then you don't have any high fructose corn syrup in it, which is snuck into like 90% of your barbecue sauce out there. So please be careful with that. And then ranch dressing too, same thing, high fructose or MSG in them for whatever reason. This is Marie's salad dressing. This is from my mama. So hi mama, thank you very much for your salad dressing. A good old Mexi ranch dressing. That's really good for for your taco salads. And then a Mexi ranch dipping sauce. We use this on an Applebee's chicken fajita copycat recipe. And it's just, I don't know, it's just so darn good. It's just good. So I'll have to get that recipe up online for you guys because it's one of our favorites that we just really love with the Applebee's copycat stuff. So we love that. And then, so you want to make sure you have good quality spices on hand. I only buy organic spices now. So see if you can, if you start to buy in bulk, you should be able to buy the organic version of stuff. Because we're going to talk a lot about why we need to make sure we're eating clean and whole nutrient dense foods, and a lot of it needs to be pasture raised and organic. And of course, organic already means non-GMO, and we're going to talk about that in a future day too. I'm going to really dive deep into it so you start to really understand where it comes from, and then start to understand that it's not as expensive as you think. Once you start to really cook from raw whole ingredients, there's so much waste and money of buying packaged foods and freezer things and all kinds of stuff I don't like, right? That's actually more costly than I think organic is, but you have to have that paradigm shift, your mental shift to be like, okay, I'm going to focus my money and my stuff on certain items. So one of it is spices, okay? So another really important thing here is having good quality salt on hand, all right? I only buy now Redmond's real salt. It is actually real salt. It has minerals in it because they don't refine it. And they don't add an anti-caking agent. If you look on back of some of your salts, it actually has an anti-caking agent in it. I just figure, why do we need to have extra things that our body has to try to digest when it should just go right to the good nutrients and stuff like that? So this has got minerals in it. They don't sell them in these buckets anymore, but they sell them in bags, and I just keep putting it back in this bucket. But I absolutely love Redmond's real salt. Himalayan pink salt is great as well. I just happen to just kind of stick with this guy right now. And I think you'll hear a lot of homesteaders do that, but I've listened to them and kind of did some research, and I just really enjoy what they're doing and what they believe in, so I do the Redmond's real salt. So I will do that. So it's important to have that good quality salt on hand to use for everything. Here is the salt in a smaller jar, and I don't know if you can tell, but it kind of clumps up, and that's how you can tell it doesn't actually have an anti-caking agent in it, so which is a good thing. So you just kind of give it a good shake, and then you just pour it out. So I hope you liked getting spicy with me. The cat did too. She always shows up, doesn't she, with all these videos. So go ahead, grab this, reorganize this, and please post pictures before and after, and kind of some of the stuff that you might have thrown out, just like the stuff that I did below. So I'll see you the next day.